think it's superb, and Ferrari have decided that for the first time in 60 years they need 2 world champions driving for them. They obviously prioritise the Constructors' World Championship, otherwise they'd have carried on with the lead driver and the number 2. I think Felipe Massa's had a really good run and has driven some exceptional races at Ferrari, but maybe the time was right for a change there, and that's certainly what the team felt at the top. Is Kimi Raikkonen the right choice? Well, who would you have taken over Kimi Raikkonen, who's on the market at the moment that is better than Kimi Raikkonen? I don't think you'd find a name that's better than Kimi Raikkonen. Maybe a better fit if Fernando Alonso doesn't get on with having the 2007 world champion alongside him, but in terms of driving ability, he's the best guy that is on the market at the moment, and I think they will get on. I don't think Fernando will get to Kimi. I don't think anything will get to Kimi. He's pretty impervious, and Fernando will just have to accept the fact that he's got a teammate that will push him in every direction now, and will maybe make Fernando a better driver. We could be talking this time next year saying, haven't Ferrari done brilliantly? They've motivated Alonso, he's gone and won races, he's going to be world champion again, and it's all worked out superbly. Or Kimi could win the world championship, and it might not work out with the team dynamic, but Ferrari at least get what they're aiming for now, and that's another championship. And maybe that's a good thing for Formula One as well, to see a strong Ferrari once more. I like Austria. A return to the Red Bull Ring, as it's called now, I think it's a good thing. I've never commentated there or been there myself, so I'm looking forward to that. I think Sochi is a super idea. You know, a massive market in Russia, and hopefully a massive fan base for Formula One in the future as well. So no objections there. Mexico is a great idea as far as I'm concerned. Passionate about the sport in Mexico. They have Sergio Perez as a driver to get behind as well now, and I think that will be a fabulous event. New Jersey. It is only right that Formula One is in America in a position of strength, and they need to be on the East Coast as well as towards the West Coast. Will New Jersey happen? Well, it's on the calendar, but I keep hearing that no, it won't happen. We'll see on that one. I would love it to happen. I think it'd be spectacular with the Manhattan skyline in the background. It's another street race, which might not produce the greatest racing, but it'll look superb. And I do hope it happens, but there's still that doubt in a few people's mind. Leaves us with 22 races, and I think that's about the limit under the current restrictions that Formula One teams work under for both power units, that you've only got 5 for the course of the year before you take on penalties, and for the guys that are actually working in the garages as well. There's a triple header in there that takes us from Monaco to New Jersey to Canada within the space of 3 races without a week off in between. And that's going to be logistically very tough and also very demanding on the guys that are doing the work. And, you know, at the end of the season, you all get tired. You know, as a commentator, you get tired, but we at least get a chance to have a few weeks off. The guys in the factories are just relentless, working then on the next season and the season after that. They get 2 weeks off in the summer for the summer break, and that's about the only time Formula One shuts down at the moment. So, you know, I hope that there are enough people to cope with it sufficiently working within the teams who have had to lay off staff and who have had to reduce costs over the years, but I quite like Eric Boulier's idea. The Lotus team principal races, well, look, let's have 10 more races so we get more money coming in, and then we can take on more staff, and then we can do it with a bigger team, and actually that's fairer on everybody. So, you know, the fans maybe would like to see 10 more races. I hope the product doesn't get diluted by having that many more races, but for 22 next year, I can't see a race that I would want to get rid of. Even somewhere like Korea, where I actually think is a really good track, I still think we should be going there and trying to grow a motorsport base in the area. We look back and we say, yeah, 76, what an amazing season that was. But we could look back at 2008 and say what an amazing season that was, or 2010, or 2007, or 2006. These are all years I've been commentating where it's gone down to the wire in terms of deciding the title. Last year, it went down to the wire, and we decided the title at Interlagos in one of the most dramatic, compelling races I've ever seen as a commentator or as a fan of the sport. It was a sensational day. Sebastian Vettel's plumb last. The title slipped out of his grasp, but no, he drove through the field and got the result that he needed. It was an amazing day. You know, a brilliant day to watch and to appreciate and adore Formula One. So we're getting some good racing at the moment, we're getting some compelling moments, but we've had it in the past as well. And whilst this year might not go down as a complete classic, you still got to take your hat off to Sebastian Vettel and Red Bull for the way that they've coped with the pressure of expectancy and have striven and driven themselves even to produce even greater feats than they've done in the past. You know, Sebastian's had his challenges this year. It's not all been his own way, but he's risen to the occasion. To be honest, I thought his Singapore win was magnificent.